back on YouTube. My God. Whew. Okay, and now we back on Reddit. And now Reddit is kilobytes are slowing down, so something's going on with my cox cable here that's really aggravating. So what I'm gonna do is, if this don't pick up and fix pretty soon, I'm gonna leave the stream and come back later. But what I'll do is do a time lapse on this one right here and see what we could do. So since I'm having so much trouble, I'm gonna give this about another minute. Unless it picks up, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna do a time lapse on this one so we could see the second half of this egg deposit. But basically you can see how that tardigrade is pushing those eggs out. It's gonna bust out the front of that thing pretty soon. Matter of fact, it might be busted out already. Let's see what happens. So what she's doing is pulling up her rear end there and pushing those eggs out, and she'll come out the front of that thing. Every time she pushes, she moves a little bit further out of the skin. Ever scope soil? Oh yeah, I mean, almost everything I do is from soil. So soil samples though, as opposed to pond samples, if you go out in my backyard and get a thimble full of soil, dig it out and put it in some water and mix it up, put it on a slide, the main thing you see is a lot of hookworms. So hookworms are everywhere. So this lady tardigrade right here is really showing us something. She's having laying eggs, I guess. All right, look, gang, I am having so much trouble with Reddit. I'm going to end the Reddit stream and come back later, and I'll keep the YouTube stream going. So please go over to my YouTube page. You can see it right here, Skid 987, Protozoa Man Skid. Oh, look, she's getting out. She's leaving. Wow. Check it out. So she's out of that skin. So you're seeing it. There she goes. And too bad my Reddit stream is, there you go, look. You're gonna see this tardigrade laying eggs, baby. She's getting out. Do it. Push, push. There she goes. Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. Push. Y'all are really seeing something now. Push, push, push. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 eggs to leave behind. And I'm gonna try to keep this slide going because this is great. There you go, twisting and turning, come on. So Reddit looks good, they're telling me, that's good. It might just be behind. So she's about ready to pop out of that skin. This is amazing. I mean, there you go. I got 87 viewers on Reddit. So what you're seeing, if you're seeing it on Reddit, this tardigrade just is leaving those eggs behind, shed her skin, and she's about to bust out of that skin and leave those eggs behind. Yes, it's a tardigrade. So it looks like Reddit's picking up now, but just in case it's not, this is a tardigrade that's crawling out of her skin, basically leaving those eggs in a shedded skin, okay? So she shed and she's crawling out. If you really want to see it better, you can head over to my YouTube page, Skid 987, Protozoa Man Skid. It's got a a much better detail to it. How long is the tardigrade? I think these will take about 40 days to hatch once they're fertilized. So it could take a while. And I don't know if they fertilize or not. You'll know in a couple of days when you start seeing individual cells form. But the tardigrade, she's almost out. You can see her back legs trying to get out of that shell. Now it's not a shell, it's her skin. So you can see she did her job, folks. So those of y'all lucky enough to see, the tardigrade has just left 5 eggs. There you go. Doop, da doop, doop, doop. I'm free. Now you can see how the inside of her body is clear now, where over the last few days you could see it was dark with eggs. So, yep. So there you go. She just laid those eggs, and y'all can come back later and look at it. There goes a rotifer. Get out of here, rotifer. Yeah, it's a tardigrade. Tardigrade is they found in moss. They also call moss piglets and water bears. You can look up all 3 of those names. They're multicellular. They're actually an animal, and this one just laid eggs. So if yeah, the eggs are big. You could see each egg is about what, 1/4 of the size of her. So basically when they hatch, they almost full size. So yeah, YouTube, go watch the YouTube. If you want, here's my YouTube, I'm moving it around. If you want, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's sharper on YouTube, a little better quality. Because Red's just not built for streaming, and I have a lot of viewers right now on Reddit, but the kilobyte per second upload is in the hundreds instead of the thousands, so it's really aggravating. To have that many viewers and have such a slow upload speed. So there she is, and there's her eggs she just left behind. So there you go. Calvin. I guess if Calvin can lay eggs, I guess it could be Calvin. So, and she's the one that just laid these eggs. I wish I can put a marker on or some kind of way so I'll know, but there's no way to tell. So if you're just joining, this tardigrade right here just laid some eggs, and she's on the move again. This is just a hobby. I have a biology degree, but I don't have, I don't work in biology. So I'm saving up for a microscope, so I'll put up my PayPal and stuff once in a while there. So she's on the move again after laying eggs. Hey, Boston, there you go. So it looks like my Reddit's picking up a little bit, even though my kilobyte per second upload is stinking. I don't know why. But hopefully y'all can see it. If you want a much better picture and a better experience, you can run over to YouTube, Skid 987, Protozoa, Man, Skid. How do we harness their travel power? I don't think you do. Powers. Yep. For those just joining, this water bear right here just laid, oh, where they at? Just laid some eggs. Let me see if I can find them one time. I lost them. They're somewhere in here. So she just actually laid some eggs, and I'll find them again in a minute. Let's see. Oh, good. You came from Reddit. How, if you came from Reddit, how is is it better on YouTube? They tell me it's much better on YouTube. Now, Reddit, I get thousands of viewers, and it has a little less quality. But on YouTube, I get hardly any viewers, but the quality is much better. So, so people are telling me, yeah, it is better on YouTube. And yeah, mitochondria is the powerhouse. Yeah, it's a water bear, and the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And I don't know. Reddit is, I'm getting load speed is 67 right now. I'm just going to assume it's okay. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, this I happen to have tons of tardigrades on here. Uh, you're a bearologist. Yeah, well, it would be because this thing has no idea that we're looking at her. At least I don't think so. This is a sample of moss. So that little green stuff, green fuzzy stuff that grows on yeah, postpartum depression. I don't know. She's moving pretty quick. So that green stuff that grows on the sidewalks and the sidewalk cracks and stuff like that, that's actually moss, usually in the shade. So you get some of that, and you probably got tardigrades. The hard thing about it is separating them out. You know, separating them and getting them in some clear water so you could see them. So she just laid a clutch of eggs, about 5 to be exact, and she's on the move again. The bacteria is lagging. So by bacteria, do you mean my water bear's lagging? Yeah, it's strange. 15, I got 20,000 on Reddit now and 13 on YouTube. I got 2,800 viewers on YouTube. I mean, 2,800 subscribers on YouTube, but they just don't come in when I start the stream. So not much I can do about it. I didn't name her yet. She just laid eggs. Thanks. Yeah, quality on YouTube is no comparison. That's right. You know, it's because YouTube is made for videos, okay? Reddit is not. You know, so that's fine. You know, maybe they'll catch up one day. But right now, YouTube is much, much clearer. No, if somebody wants to name this one, throw out a few names, and I'll let y'all pick the best one. And I'll put the name up here. That's a tardigrade, water bear. Thanks for subscribing. And if you go, if I get 4,000 viewing hours in a year, I'm up to 1,100 right now. I can start making some nickels from my streams for advertising, because they're going to put the advertising on there anyway. So I might as well make a few pennies. So if you can go watch some videos of mine, you know, put on one that's an hour long or something, and while you're doing the dishes or washing your clothes, let it play and keep an eye on it. So that'd be great. Yeah, I know. It doesn't get my second cam when I use 2 cams because it's a long story. If you know how RPAN works, it's a computer program. It's a computer app that lets you stream to Reddit and overlay different things on top of it. So there's actually no way for me to do that on YouTube. There is a way, but I have to do it through another app called OBS, and I can do it. The trouble with that is when I use OBS, I can't simultaneously stream to Reddit. So it's a lot of monkey wrenches in the situation. So I got to do it both ways right now. Now, I do have 16 viewers on YouTube. If I can get, if I can get a couple of hundred viewers on YouTube every time I stream, I'll start migrating to YouTube and use OBS and really get it going. But you know, I like to get viewers, and I got 20,000 on Reddit, and I like to teach people things. So it's fun, you know, to teach and let them see. Even if even if the quality is a little less on Reddit, people still enjoy it. Moss piglets, and this moss piglet just laid an egg. Hey, Uber Nick, Omega Tank, change the name there. Huh? Yeah, Omega. We just saw this one actually deposit 5 eggs. So deposited 5 eggs. Let's see, new tech NDI tools with another computer will allow you to stream multiple. Let me ask you that on that app you just mentioned. Well, she's just looking for food. On that app you just mentioned, will allow you to stream to Reddit and YouTube at the same time? Oh yeah, they 3 dimensions. This is a tardigrade, a water bear, a moss piglet. Let me zoom out a little bit. This is 60x. So this is 60 times. So in reality, she's 60 times smaller than this. And if you look, here's the egg. She just laid those eggs right there. She left them in skin. She shed her skin, left those there. And look, if you look over here, it looks like this one's doing the same thing. So this is really an active slide that I'm gonna try to keep going. So this right here is another tardigrade, and this is how they shed their skin. Okay, so they have eggs in there, and the tardigrade, when she gets up some energy, you'll see her, she'll start pushing, just like having babies, and they'll push out, and those eggs will stay behind in the skin. So yeah, those circles are eggs. Those little tiny things that aren't moving are just, yeah, some kind of algae. The stringy ones are cyanobacteria. So this is a tardigrade that's in the process of leaving some eggs. So this is really, really, really cool for people to see. And you can see, you might look like she's not moving, but you can see right there. Let's see if we can wait till she pushes. Look, she's getting ready to push one more time. They'll usually push and then take a break, push and then take a break. And you can even see, let me see. You can even see, I'm just going to circle it. That's where her feet used to be, right here, right there, and right there. And her feet are now up here. She's going to use them to push out of there. So she's shedding her skin there. Yeah, it's a tardigrade. It's a tardigrade laying eggs. How old is it? Well, this one's probably, I would say about a month old. Oh yeah, they molt. That's for sure. Those 3 eggs are actually, she laid them already. They're outside of her body, but they're inside of her skin. So they're inside of her skin, and in a few minutes she'll push them out. Okay. Tardigrades in the active state, like when they swim around and everything, they just live a few months. Let me go back and moving tardigrade here. Hang on. So a few months, maybe 6 months, 8 months. But if they dry up, they can live for decades. And then when water comes back, they can rehibernate, get their shit together again. So they'll rehydrate and they'll go on living. Yeah, you're on bathroom break and you're looking at a tardigrade. Yeah, these are tardigrades. These are actually microscopic animals. And I'm streaming on YouTube, and they tell me on YouTube, if you go to my YouTube channel, which I'd like you to do, and subscribe there, you get a much clearer picture of it. So, what do you think it is? It probably is what you think it is. Well, this one right here is just moving around looking for food. The other one up above that we saw was actually in the process of depositing some eggs. Yeah, rehydrate. What are those cells? If you're talking about the little round ones, then those are just some algae. The stringy ones are cyanobacteria. And I'm trying to look at both streams at the same time. I've never seen them do teamwork, to work on something, but I've seen them interact. I've seen them run under each other and kind of sniff each other, I guess you would say. So what's good about YouTube, if I get to 4,000 viewers, not 4,000 viewers, if I get to 4,000 viewing hours in 1 year, I'm up to 1,100 right now. If I get to 4,000, I get to partake in some of they'll throw me a few pennies. Hey, Anita. They'll throw me a few pennies every time I stream. Now look, this is the tardigrade right here, and these are the eggs that were just laid. I guess you would say laid, because she just a few minutes ago pushed out of those eggs right there. Yeah, my microscope is an AccuScope, very basic microscope, no big deal. So here's a tardigrade, and you can see here's a skin she shed a few minutes ago. And if you look at that skin, you could actually see where her feet were. See where the feet were over to the left? And yeah, sort of like a crime scene outline. So you can surely see that. And those are eggs. And once they're fertilized, they might even be fertilized already. They'll hatch in about 40 days. So yeah, my microscope I have an AccuScope, which is a middle of the road, maybe a step up from a toy, but it's nothing special, okay? It's nothing really special. Yeah, it does take a long time, to incubate. So, in my opinion, that is a long time. 40 days in the wild, think of all the things that could go wrong in 40 days. So it does seem to be a long time to me too. But they obviously do well. And I'm gonna keep this slide. I can keep this slide going. Hopefully we can see some baby water bears. Yeah, these are the things that can survive in the vacuum of space and have survived. Yep. Yeah. So the people on Reddit, if I have two streams going, one on YouTube, you'll see my info at the top, and one on Reddit. Reddit's not cut out for video, live video especially, so you're not seeing as good a picture as you could. So if you want to jump on over to YouTube, you'll see it a little sharper. Its purpose is, nothing much. It does break down bigger things into smaller things, so it'll chomp on some things. This is a little one. This looks like could be a baby, a small one. Look how big this one is, and look how small that one is. So I can almost tell you right now, this one just hatched not too long ago. So yeah, they consume, that's right. And then they get eaten up by bigger creatures who get eaten up by bigger creatures who get eaten up by bigger creatures, and then we eat that creature. So they're part of the food chain. So this is actually a tiny water bear. So look at this big one right here, okay? Notice how big that one is, and notice how small that one is. So it looks like we stumbled onto a youngster here. Yeah, I didn't see any names. If anybody wants to name this baby one right here, go ahead. And I'm saving for microscopes. You know, I usually put my PayPal and Cash App on here because I do take donations for new equipment. Oh, look, here's something right here. Matilda. Okay, somebody said Matilda first. So we're going to name this one Matilda. Let me see if I can get a name on here. Hang on. Matilda. Matilda. Okay, so, oh look, here comes another one. Somebody asked me if tardigrades interact. Well, you can see them interacting right now. They both found this goop right here. So Matilda and somebody else. So let me go ahead and move over here. And let me take my donations off for now. Go ahead and donate if you can. I use it to, well, I call it a she because she just laid eggs. So in some species, they're male and female, and they can fertilize their own eggs. But just for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna say the one that laid the eggs is a she. Yeah, they have a head. Yeah, they sure do. Look, there's 2 eggs right there. So, yeah, they have a head. Let's see. Let's see if I can get. I mean, the head's really easy to find. Hang on, let me get this. So the head is to the top right now. That's the head. And this one is in some algae right here, some goopy stuff that it's really going to town and eating. So you really can't see her too good. Yeah, they are. Somebody said the eggs really look big compared to their body. So look at these eggs right here. Okay, so these eggs, the skin that they got out of was the original size of the tardigrade. So these eggs right here, now they might be a little older, but they are usually about 1/4 of the size, so they're giant. And sorry, Reddit, when my comments come up, it comes onto my Reddit screen, so sorry about that. Let me go try to find my active one here. I usually like to get one that's really active, like this little one. I don't know if that's Matilda or not. So now I got 27 on YouTube. That really makes me feel good. I got 22,000 on Reddit and 2 on YouTube. So, and 6 on YouTube. What happens is YouTube will eventually pay me a little bit to stream. Not too much, but they'll pay me if I get up to 4,000 viewing hours. Since I have 24 people looking right now, every minute that goes by is 24 minutes. Thanks. If you come from Reddit, subscribe to YouTube and I guess you press a button that says notify. And when I stream, I'm gonna always stream to YouTube now because in the long run, YouTube is where I'm gonna make the most of my biology degree. Yeah, well, these are in a little slide. It's actually a big slide, about 3 inches by 3 inches. No, about 2 inches by 3 inches. And you can have what you would consider a lot of water in it. Thanks for all the awards. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a water bad dog. So there you go. So this one's really moving out. Well, I got a biology degree, but I work with mostly tech support and computers. Oh, that's your daughter's name? Yeah, I got to show her this later. So you can see this one got behind some algae, which is where they want to go. They always like to be inside of algae for a couple of reasons. They like to be safe from predators, but they also eat it. They suck the juice out of it. And you can see how it got a little less clear here when it got behind that algae. So if you can see, I can focus it. The algae is on top. See right there how it's on top of her? So you get a little blurry picture there. So if she stays in this goop right here, I'm gonna go find another one. I am just really, really got lucky with this sample here. Really bizarre. This water is from, this is spring distilled water. So you get some distilled water and you go get moss. You go grab some handfuls of moss. Yeah. Well, it's been helping. I think over the last day or two, I gained over 100 hours. And that's pretty good. So somebody's watching my videos, and it's probably you. Yeah, you do. Well, this isn't an amoeba either. So you get some moss. Moss is that green fuzzy stuff that grows in the cracks of sidewalks and on fences, usually in the shade. You'll see it on bricks also, on tree bark and stuff like that. So if you go pick up a handful of moss, you could bet you have water bears in it. The trouble is separating them out from the gunk, get them on the slide. So, you know, it's just rough. So the fact that I have so many on here is just a treat. And eggs. So I'm going to try to keep this slide going. You know, it's going to be hard because the longer you have a slide going, the more chances that bacteria can get into it. And some bacteria is good, some, so you don't really, this called COLEPS, everything. So you don't want to get that. Yeah, frosted cupcake. This is a tardigrade. We got luck with my accent. Yeah, it's the Ninth Ward Yat, Y-A-T accent. Yeah, so this is a tardigrade, a water bear. Officially, it's a tardigrade. They also have scientific names, which too many to get into. Water bears live in moss, in the shade in moss. Matilda's her name. Somebody named her. And I think this is the one we named, but I can't be sure anymore. So Matilda's the one that we named it. And somebody, you could see Matilda on the Reddit stream, but you can't see the name on YouTube. I explained that a while ago, why that is. Tardigrades, I've never seen them sleeping. I have seen them not moving, I guess, for a little while. I don't know if it's sleeping or if they just taking a break. So the slide, you just got to keep adding a little more distilled water. You once in a while you go get I take a little sample of some dirt that I got growing here and some distilled water, and I'll add just a little bit of that to get some more bacteria in it and some more algae. So pretty much that's what you do. This right here is a rotifer. So this is totally different. You can see the rotifer, how it works. It actually spins like that, and it'll just suck in stuff. You can see the stuff flying past it. So this is a rotifer, and at the bottom where it's in focus right now, tardigrades can grab that and suck the juice thing. I personally never seen it happen. So predators, they pretty much, anything that's bigger than them is the predator. So so anything that can get its mouth around this thing, I would say is a danger to them. So they don't have any kind of poison or anything like that. So there you go. So I'm not sure if this is Matilda or not. So we'll go ahead and hit the name real quick. Well, they can just survive, you know, it's in their DNA, I guess. They really can't survive too greatly when they're moving around like this. It's when they dry out that they can survive space and everything. Yes, these can survive harsh conditions, but I've actually seen them die, if I didn't take care of the water or I tried to take care of the water and I just do a bad job. I've seen them stop moving altogether. Now, that doesn't mean they dead. It just means that, I had to go put them back in their natural habitat. Thanks for all the awards. So I've had an average of about 25 viewers on YouTube for at least the last 5 minutes. So that would be 25 minutes times 5. So you're going over 100 just every 5 minutes of viewing hours. So that really makes me happy. So thanks for those silvers. I got some awards coming. Thanks. And I do take donations. So for other equipment, that differential interference microscope I'm going to get. It's very expensive, but might take a few years. But once I get half the money, I'll finance half. I'm not rich. I have a nice, decent house and microscope. My car is even almost paid for, but I use all donations to put in the bank to go for that microscope. So on Reddit, if you're watching, you can get a much better picture on YouTube. So if you want, hop on over to YouTube and subscribe, and you'll get they tell me, I can't tell right now, but they tell me it's much, much clearer on YouTube. See, she's just moving around, eating. Hello, pay us. I'm kind of going back and forth between YouTube and and Reddit. So Reddit's up to 23,000. Something strange with Reddit I've seen in the last couple of days, or maybe a few weeks. I used to get you can get up to 70,000 viewers sometimes at one time. I personally haven't seen a stream, other streams, and mine rarely go over 25,000 now. And other people's don't also. So Reddit must have some kind of algorithm going where I just don't know. I don't know how they would keep it. Sometimes I get these streams take off. When you get 23,000, it'll go up to 60,000. It'll stay there for 5 minutes or so. I haven't seen that kind of stuff in weeks. So something's going on. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, someone blowing up Reddit. Moved over here to help out your viewing. Thanks, Garrett. Yeah, it really helps. I like Reddit. It's where I got all my YouTube subscribers pretty much. But yeah, if you could jump over to YouTube and watch my video live, it actually adds to my 4,000 hour total, which helps me in the long run. It'll help me earn a few pennies and nickels every time I stream. Look, people say, oh, YouTube takes half the money. Well, if they take half, it's better than me not getting anything. Some people say they take 60%. Well, if I get, 40, it's better than them getting it all, I guess. Can we check on that one that was about to give birth again? Yeah, let me look. Somebody wanted to look at the one giving birth again. So let me see if I can find it real quick. So I'll go down to low power. And boy, it's gonna be hard to find. So give me a second. Let me go to the edge here. So here's one that has already shed. So what somebody want to do is look, I had one on here that was actually trying to move out of her shell. And I'm a bad scientist. I don't mark where these things are. This is one that laid eggs a few minutes ago. You can see the eggs inside the shell right there. Yes, Lyric, it's a tardigrade. This tardigrade, about 15 minutes ago, we were actually able to see it lay eggs and leave them in that skin right there. So there was another one on here somewhere that was actually in the process of laying the eggs, but I'm gonna have to go systematically. So let's do this. Let's go up. Yeah, pretty much they always do. So here's another one. Look at that. See? Here's another one. So this is a second one. So I got eggs all over this thing. So we had another one laying eggs, and it might have already finished. So let's see if we can find it. There that one is again. This one's not laying eggs. You can see this one might have eggs inside. See that dark spot? But it's really far from laying them. So what we're doing is looking for one that's kind of being still. So here's another small one. I'm just going to try to search for one laying eggs. And if somebody comes on while I'm moving around, y'all can tell them what I'm doing. I think that one that was laying eggs might have already laid them and split. This looks like one that is not in the skin. See it? So this looks like one that came out or something happened. So maybe we'll check on that one later. Here's another one. Wow. That's another one with 5 eggs. And you can see it's at the top. That might be the one we were at earlier. So what I'm doing right now is systematically trying to look to see if I can find another one in the process of laying eggs. See, there's one right there, but she's not laying eggs. She's just looking for food. I think we might have missed that one laying the eggs. Oh yeah, they're cool. That's sure. And when you get a stream like this, they're very cool. So there's some more eggs. That is a rotifer. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep them going for sure. So I might stream them every day. All right, look, gang, I can't find one that's laying eggs. I think we missed that boat. I think she must have laid them and left. Because I'm seeing a lot of, see, look at all the eggs. I mean, they're just everywhere. See that? And there's some more eggs. Wow. I mean, they're just all over the place. So hopefully keep this one going. And let's keep an eye on her real quick. Him, her. This one looks like it's got a single egg inside. You see it? That's not a stomach or anything. That looks like, at this point, looks like a single. No, it's more than one egg. I can see it. So this one has eggs inside of her. So, whoops. This one has eggs. So I don't think this one's ready to lay them or shed her skin, but this one definitely has a few. You can see them, they kind of squished together. So we'll go ahead and call her she too. So this is a grade with eggs inside of her. Yeah, nerdy, these are pretty cool. Comfortable weight. This is a water bear, a pregnant water bear, I guess. Or I don't know if you call one with eggs pregnant, but she's got eggs. So there you go. So, and like I said, it looks like my YouTube channel is picking up here. So if it picks up, I usually, if you want to see a clearer picture, jump over to YouTube. You can see my info at the top. And subscribe and look at my videos there, and you'll help me out making a little money on YouTube by watching my videos. So not too much, but do you know to kill this creature? Do I know how to kill this creature? Oh yeah, I mean, you can kill it. Just put some alcohol in it. You know, there's about 2 milliliters of water. So there's about 2 milliliters of water. So if you put 1 milliliter alcohol, it's going to kill them. But I don't kill them. I mean, they're not dangerous. So somebody spamming my channel. Fossey Nade funding island monkeys in South Carolina. Man, get that off of there. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can survive in a vacuum. That's right. Let me see if I can get rid of this guy. That's weird. So I can't kick anybody off. Oh well. Just put up with it, I guess. I mean, they just, if you put alcohol or salt water now, it usually, salt sucks the liquid out of them, so they dry up. You know, I mean, it's basic science and chemistry. I mean, no big deal. Yep, tardigrade. And this one actually has an egg inside of it. And actually, if you look really good, you can see it's separate eggs. So this one's a few eggs together. And you can see this algae built up on the side of the slide. They tend to like that. I've never seen them, you know, I'm not that good of a scientist to track one, but boy, it looks like from what I'm seeing, it looks like they just lay eggs all the time, like maybe every few weeks, maybe a month. Yeah. Yeah, they usually walk through moss and plant matter. So what you're seeing is they trying to walk on glass. So it does make them a little slow. It doesn't hurt them or anything, but it makes them a little slower. And even when they walking on their grass and their moss, they still slow. They're real clumsy and slow. If you can, whoops, God darn it. If you can, go to my YouTube. Yeah, yeah. If they were big as, you know, a dog and they could still do the same thing, they would push their little teeth into you. That their little proboscis, it's inside of their face. It's really a hard, sort of like jaws, and they'll suck the juice out of you. Yeah, it's a tardigrade, and somebody said, how long do they live for? They don't live long in this state, you know, 3, 6 months or so. Oh yeah, these are cool. So they live a few months. Some species can live a year, I guess, but they die of old age just like anything else. It is in a little bit of water with some moss and algae. Yeah, they pretty much indestructible in their TUN TUN phase when they dry out. They pretty much indestructible when they dry out, and then you just throw some water on it and bring it back to life. Yeah, you can see the eyes, one on each side, eye spots. That triangle thing in the middle that looks like two other eyes, that's the organ it uses to eat. If it gets up on something, you could see it actually pushing that thing in and out, eating. So let's see. So this is a beast here. Look, boy, look at those eggs. So this is about 500 times. So now it's about 400. Yeah, yesterday I had some amoebas. I might try to stream my amoebas later again, because they were pretty cool yesterday. They were really, they were really cool, the amoebas. They're not as fun to watch as these, but they're interesting because they change shape and they move strange. No, these aren't single cells. This one probably has 10 to 20,000 cells. It's hard to say. 10 to 20,000 cells, and yeah, the blob. The amoeba's like more like the blob, that's for sure. This is the tardigrade, a water bear. So, well, I forgot what I was saying. Jesus. No, they're not single cell. Humans have trillions of cells. Humans have trillions of cells. Tardigrades have between 10 and 20,000 cells. So, and they have DNA, they have cells, they have DNA in every cell. They have a brain. You know, this is really an animal. This is really an animal on Reddit. And if you want a clearer view and clearer playbacks, go ahead and subscribe to YouTube and go watch on YouTube, because it really helps me out with my numbers here. And I'm just checking my email real quick. I put it, when I can't look at it all the time, I'll make it a little smaller, so it doesn't go out of the picture as fast. So if you look, this is 150x. This is 150 times. So that means you could fit end to end, from the nose to the tail, 150 in this one video. You know, from the head to the tail, that's 150 of them you could put in there. So you could see how small they are. This is 60. So this is 60x. So it's 60 times smaller than this. Yeah, thanks. It's good to be back. So this is 60x right here. This is 150. And then really for practical purposes, I just use pinch zoom from here. So that's about 400x right here. Those clear ones, they're just algae. They're too small for me to identify, but they're probably single cells. They look like ciliates that have cilia all over them, the way they're moving. So they're ciliates, but they're just single celled. They might be some kind of algae, but they're, so no telling. Yeah, I was going for a while. We had a hurricane here. So I was out of business for a while. Couldn't stream too much. So usually when you put black and white like this, you could see the eggs better. Oh yeah, you're taking micro, that's good. I took a lot of that. No, those are eggs. Sorry about that, Reddit. So you can actually see the individual eggs right there. If you really have an imagination, see them? Now they lay eggs. We just saw some of them laying eggs. They shed their skin and the eggs stay inside the skin. I can show you. Anybody want to look for those eggs? Let's See right here, look, I'll be able to show you right here. So what they do is they'll shed their skin right there. And you can see 3 eggs inside of a tardigrade skin. So there you go. Oh yeah, ponds are always lake or pond water, and poke is probably stuff. So those 3 things you're seeing right there are eggs that the tardigrades shed the skin and they put them there to mature. And so when you look over here, you can see them actually inside of this one. See that? That's badass. So that is really something. Y'all getting a treat today. Skid marks. Yeah. Yep. They'll, you know, I argue a lot on Facebook, and you always know when you're arguing with a dimwit, when they lose in the argument, they always say, "Oh, skid marks, huh?" Dimwits. And I say, dude, what am I arguing with a 12-year-old? So you can see, I'm gonna, I'm about 3,000 on Reddit right now. So while we're down, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna try to look around for one that's actively laying eggs. So I'm gonna try to just scan. Look, here's some more eggs right here. We'll stop. So there's 5. There's 3 more. That's the edge of this water. This one, I can't tell what it's doing. So there's 4 eggs right there, 3 more. There's 2 more right there. There's another tardigrade. There's another tardigrade. Boy, this is a smorgasbord. That is a rotifer right here. That's a different kind of animal. These are pretty cool to look at too. Rotifers. So that's a rotifer. And without getting sidetracked, I'm gonna keep searching for a tardigrade that's actually shedding its skin. That one's not. There's some more eggs. Wow. I think all the ones that were shedding pretty much finished. So right now I'm just scanning for a tardigrade that's laying eggs. Yeah, these are the ones that survive in space. That's right. So I'm just scanning for a tardigrade that is in the process of laying the eggs. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find one. And they could be out of focus also. And you know, it's impossible to stop and focus. You'll be here all day. That's another rotifer, some more eggs. I mean, no, you could, you know, with enough luck, you could find anything. You know, there are some. I mean, let me think of something that I haven't. I don't think I've ever found a blue-green, I don't even know what they're called, stentor in the wild. I had a friend give me one that I streamed some months ago. So if I guess stentors, and they're really cool. So I guess, boy, look at all the eggs we're coming across. Wow. That looks like a young tardigrade. This looks like a bigger one right here. That looks like a youngster. That's a little one. There's some more eggs. Wow. Well, I'm definitely going to keep this slide going. There's another tardigrade. This is insanity. Too bad I just don't have, yeah, it's a baby boom, all right. These things, look, there's some more eggs. They might get out and get on me. They might jump out of this thing and get all over my house. There's some more tardigrades. If you look right here, you see that thing that looks like a boulder right there? That's actually a grain of sand or dirt right there. So that's a grain of dirt. You know, you ever get dirt in your mouth when you were a kid and it kind of was gritty? That's why. Because it's like little rocks. Yeah, sorry gang, I just don't have. Yeah, so let me get, yeah, that is small. So see that right there? So just so you know, that right there is a grain of sand it's probably dirt, more dirt than sand, you would say, but that's 60 times. So you could put 60 of them across on this one sample. So that's what dirt looks like under the microscope right there. So there you go. So that's one little morsel of dirt. No, Alexis, there's usually not that many eggs on one slide. I got lucky. So I got real lucky, and I think these were breeding. I must have got a breeding population because they are all over the place. So if you could see, let me just. So here's a clutch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs right here. So this is 5 eggs inside of the skin that it shed. So, all right, looks like I've been gone for about an hour. I usually try to keep my streams to about an hour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it another few minutes, answer some more questions, and then I'm gonna go. If the people on Reddit, if you can, go over to my YouTube channel, Skid987, Protozoa Man Skid, and subscribe and watch some videos for me. Because if you do, I get to be monetized. So go enjoy those, put them on, and learn some things. Yeah, they are everywhere. They're in moss. So these things are under your feet every time you walk in the rain, some, mossy stuff. But usually you don't see this many of them, capture them, I guess. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks. So I'm gonna just zoom in on this one right here. And this is a baby. This is one that, I don't know if you were here earlier, but notice how clear this one is and pristine. No eggs or anything. This is one that just recently hatched. Different species have both sexes. They can also parthenogenesis, I think that's what it's called, where they can fertilize their own eggs. A lot of creatures can do that. A lot of small creatures, So yeah, some of them have sex. They actually have sex. So I haven't seen it. I haven't seen much sex myself. So much less tardigrade sex. Yeah, somebody said, what am I looking for? I was actually looking for a tardigrade that was in the process of shedding its skin, to lay the egg, in other words. Yeah, tardigrade sex. Maybe I can charge money for that. I have to go to Twitch, I guess, or one of those other sites. I tried to stream to Twitch in the past. Twitchy, is it called Twitchy or Twitch? I don't know. And I don't get a single viewer, but I think in Twitch, I swear I'm not lying. I think you have to be in a bikini. You have to be a healthy looking young woman in a bikini sitting in a blow up pool in your living room to get any views on Twitch. Actually, a youngster here for sure. Okay, gang, 66 minutes. Let's go to 69 minutes, and then I'm gonna hit the road. And yeah, go ahead, subscribe. Thanks. This is fun stuff. I try to mix it up a little bit. I have some worms I can show, some planarian, and I have some amoebas I can show you later. I usually can't stream more than once a day, but if you get lucky, I might be able to. Thanks. So you can see this one's swimming in all different directions. It's actually in deep water, which you'd consider deep, because you can see half of it's blurry and half of it's not. It's swimming directly to my face. So it's going directly up into the microscope. Now it's kind of to the side a little bit. We're gonna go for about 2 more minutes. Let me put my donation page back up on Reddit. And any donations are appreciated. And once my YouTube channel gets kicking, I'll use OBS Studio. I can overlay stuff on it. Yeah, I can overlay stuff on it and point out some things with an arrow and all. But right now, I'm gonna stream to YouTube just through my phone like I am right now. But when I get some more subscribers, if I can get 20, 25 viewers on average, and I stay at 20, 25, I'll stream on YouTube, and you get I'll make it my main stream, and you'll get a lot clearer view. You could end up with too many, and they'll, they're so tiny that just adding another drop of algae will take care of them all. But yeah, I don't have any friends to give them away to. I have friends, but if I tried to give them some tardigrade, they'd think I was nuts. So I usually just go put them back on the moss where I found them. All right, gang. So it's coming up on 69 minutes. And so we did see some tardigrade eggs being laid in their skin. And we saw some tardigrades with eggs inside of them. And now we're looking at a young tardigrade right here. So what I'm gonna do is end this stream on Reddit first, and then I'll end it on YouTube. So thanks a lot, Reddit, and subscribe and donate if you can. Bye-bye. YouTube, thanks, Isabella. All right, yeah, I had a hurricane here on August 29th, and I tell you, things didn't get really back to normal till about Halloween. So there you go. So when I exit out of this stream, it's going to show me how many hours I got, and I'll put it in the comments how many hours you guys helped me get of viewing time on YouTube. So thanks, and check the comments in about 2 minutes. I'll put how many hours I got. Thanks. Bye-bye. Yeah, money's everything, and that's how you pay for equipment. So thanks a lot, and bye-bye.